Sometimes life is so busy and so hectic that it's tough to find these moments to pause, reflect, and look at all the good that we bring into the world as people. I tend to come across a lot of people that I think are very awesome people in life. But that doesn't mean that they view themselves in that same way or give themselves the credit where it's due. So in today's video, what I did was I wrote out 20 different ideas and things that come to mind that make me label someone as awesome. And chances are, the more of these that you embody as a person, the more that you fit that mold as well. Let's go and get into it. Okay, so starting off with number one is remembering someone's name the first time they tell you it. A lot of us have been on the receiving end of this. If you've ever told someone your name and the very next time that you met them, they remembered that, they stand out in your head. So if you do this to other people, you'll stand out too. Number two is letting others speak uninterrupted while you're actively listening to them. A lot of times we're in this competition, or I say competition, that's just the word that comes to head, where we are trying to wait for the other person to finish speaking just so we can get our thoughts in there next. That takes us away from actually listening to people, being involved in the conversation. And so if you're a person that consciously does not do that, you wait your turn and you are actually mentally present with the person as they are speaking, you are a rarity. Number three is if you make a mistake, you take accountability for it and you own up for any part that you played in the role. This is not easy to do. A lot of people let their egos get in the way of taking accountability for things. So if you do take accountability, rest assured that this is not a very common trait. Number four is when you pass a stranger or someone else like that outside, whether you're on a walk, a bike ride or something, and you take a moment to sit there and say hello, good morning, a head nod, or any acknowledgement of the person. A lot of times I think we're so glued to our screens and we're tapped in, we have headphones in or something else, that it's easy to let things like this go by the wayside. So if you still make a conscious effort to be present in the world and to interact with strangers, that's something that stands out. Number five is noticing the person that's excluded from the group or from the conversation and finding a way to kind of subtly include them in that. A lot of us have been in the receiving end of this where we haven't necessarily felt part of something, or we felt kind of nervous, we didn't want to talk, we were uncomfortable. So if you're a person that actively sees this in other people and you do your part to bring them into the conversation, this is something that does not go unnoticed. Number six is spreading positivity via any means. This could be a compliment. This could be something like a smile or just a nice little gesture. It doesn't have to be a lot, but it does count. Number seven is doing something kind for someone in need. This could be something simple like giving $1 to someone that needs that, or it can be something where you're going to a hospital to support a friend or someone else that's close to you late night. It doesn't matter what it is, but being able to selflessly extend that assistance out to somebody, you're awesome. Number eight, whenever you say you're going to do something, you follow through with it. It doesn't matter how small or how big it may be. It can be that you said you're going to take the trash out today and you take that out. It could be that you're going to build a new functional website and start up a new company and you follow through with that. But whatever your word is, as long as your actions follow that, you are unique. Number nine, when someone's meeting you at a really busy restaurant that you're already at and you do your very best to either specifically describe where you're sitting so that they don't have any problems finding you and your table, or that you do an even better move and you walk up to the front and walk them back to where your table is too. As a person that grew up very, very anxious, and even something as simple as if I was gonna walk into an Applebee's and I had to go look throughout all of the tables and feel nervous as to where everybody's at, and if that person would come up and walk me back to the table or just tell me, hey, we're in the back by the corner or something else like that instead, that goes a long way, especially for anyone that's anxious. I can tell you from personal experience. Number 10 is when someone does something not so nice to you, you take the high road and you don't stoop to their level. The instinct a lot of times can be to go get back or do something else that's on the level playing field, but a person that's awesome does not take that route. Number 11 is when you're talking to someone with a completely opposite worldview or point of view that you have, but you take the time to listen and hear them out, despite it disagreeing with every single thing that you think, feel, and embody on the inside. Number 12 is bringing in any type of like candy, treats, donuts, drinks, sweets, food, anything like that to a class, to your office that you work at, your community event, whatever it may be, and just doing it out of the kindness of your heart. I think that there's always one person in a group like that, and that person is always very awesome. Number 13 is when you celebrate the wins and successes of others around you as if it were your own. It's tough sometimes to not be in the spotlight or not be the one that's winning right there in the moment. But if you can look at other people's successes and the things that they've achieved and be happy for them, trust that that will come back around to you as well. And if you're a person that has no problem looking at someone else and being just as ecstatic and happy for them, you're awesome. Number 14 is when you pull up to a stop sign, like at the same time as another car, and they kind of just like let you go, or they wait for you to go, and you do that one little kind of wave thing, or you do that little head nod or something, the little acknowledgement. So subtle, yet so big. Number 15 is when you stop to hold the door for other people around you. Number 16 is if you laugh at the jokes of people around you that maybe weren't the funniest thing in the world, but it's like if you didn't laugh, no one else laughed, now it's just awkward. So if you're that person that's like, oh, at least it's a little bit of like a layup laugh for them, that's an awesome suggestion. Number 17, when you only ask others to do something you're willing to do yourself. This is actually a strong embodiment of leadership for quality that I would say that most strong leaders embody, but a strong leader is a pretty awesome person too. So it makes sense that it tracks within this line. Number 18 is when you're using a space, an area, or something else like that for an event, but you leave it cleaner than when you found it. Can't tell you the amount of times that I would go out to like a pavilion or something else like that you could rent in a park and people just leave their trash and everything else all around. Well, not everybody's like that. So if you're a person that takes the extra time to clean up your mess or even other people's messes if you were all involved in an event or something else too, I think that this is a very awesome quality to have. Number 19 is having check-ins with your friends or your family that you haven't heard from in a while. Sometimes it's easy to stay in touch with people, and a lot of times we can be sitting there waiting for the other person to dial us or text us from the other side. Well, what about the people that don't wait and they instead step up and they initiate those conversations instead? I think those people are pretty awesome. And so if that's you, awesome, right? And number 20 is when you apologize first, even though you weren't the only one that was wrong. Kind of ties back into the accountability piece that I talked about earlier, but being the first one to recognize that something needs to change and you need to make an apology about something you did or whatever the situation may be to remedy that, that's something that you should hold your head up very proud about. And number 21, as a bonus, you're super, super awesome if you go down and hit that subscribe button for me, and maybe even more awesome if you just tap that like button for me too. Help get this out to other people. I hope that this list helped at least kind of stop you for a couple moments in your day to look at some of the awesome things that you do in your everyday life. All of us are awesome people. Even those of us that make mistakes, and some of us that make mistakes 4, 5, 10, 15, 20 times if you're like me. There's still parts of us that are awesome. And like I said in the beginning, in a world where we're so busy and we have so much stuff going on all the time, it's very easy to just overlook these moments and not think, what did I do today that was pretty cool? How did I make someone smile? What awesome things did I put out to this world that made my life better, made my community better, made my colleagues better, made my friends better, or just improved anything else you may fit into there. So next time you're sitting there and you're feeling like, you know what? I don't know if I'm doing a great job. I don't know if I did anything good today. I just am having a hard time reflecting back and being positive about what happened in my day today. Stop for a moment, reflect back, and think about some of these awesome things you did. Because I promise you, you have. I hope this helped. I'm gonna see you on the next one. Take care and make it a great day for now. Peace.